Hi Virgo, thanks for tuning in. My name is Linda. What I have for you today is a relationship spread. This is being recorded in the month of May, so you can take this energy for the time that you're watching it. So it can be relevant at any time you see it, actually. So this reading is not only for love or romantic partnerships that you're wanting to check in on. It can be giving you insight and clarity about any connection that you have with someone that you may be needing some additional information on, or to be able to try to understand a little bit better. So any type of relationship, not only love. So let's get started. This is how you see yourself. This is how you see them. This is how they see themselves, how they see you. Interesting. This is the forces that support. These are the forces that challenge. This is the overall energy. This is the potential outcome. So this is very interesting reading here in that, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck, Page of Wands. So you have Page of Wands, Knight of Wands here. So these two energies here and these two energies here are pretty much like the same as each other. They're very similar. Like King of Pentacles is a very Taurian card, and the Hierophant is the Taurus card from the Major Arcana. And it's interesting that they're both in reverse. And then you have the Chariot, which is the Cancerian card from the Major Arcana, and the Queen of Cups, which is also a Cancerian card. It's water. It's a water energy. This is a very watery energy. This is a very, very earthy energy. It's like the earthy part of earth and the watery part of water. So what this is telling me is that there's a lot of mirroring going on here. You're seeing yourselves in each other. You're seeing a lot of things that you like, and maybe also things that you don't like in each other. There's a lot of reflecting going on here. There's a lot of mirroring. It's a very dynamic energy here. It's very dynamic. There's two knights in the spread, and the knights represent action. The Knight of Swords you have in the position of what challenges you, and the Knight of Wands in the position of the potential outcome. So I'll come back to that because I want to talk about you and them first, sort of in the order that I put the cards down. So how you see yourself right now, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Could be that you are focused on your bag. You could be maybe not necessarily in a completely debilitated position financially, but just that you're getting, like, how I'm seeing it is that your focus right now is on your financial situation. You could be dealing with reorganizing or re-systemizing your finances and how you manage your resources. Could be not just only money, but it could also be about your time and energy as well. You could be in a moment right now where you're focused on how to reorganize and re-systemize all of your resources so that you're being more efficient and that you get better results at the end, you know, with finances, with energy, and with money, with time. There's also an energy here that says that you're a little bit ungrounded, perhaps. With the King of Pentacles, you might be a little bit unsettled. You might be in between homes. You might be in between jobs. There's a little bit of slight instability there, and some like kind of feeling like you're in between things. Like you're in between stages. You're not where you were, and you're not yet where you're going to. You're kind of in between. That's how it feels. That's how you're seeing yourself right now. Now, how you're seeing them is really interesting. You're seeing them as very clear in their direction in life. You're seeing them as quite ambitious and single-pointed in their focus, in their life path, in their personal journey. I think you find that very attractive. I think you see them also as a fairly intuitive person, fairly emotional, but not in a sort of sense of like being sort of on a roller coaster of emotional expressions. More like you see them as a sensitive person in a good way. Like you see them as someone who's very intuitive, someone who's really in tune with their senses, in tune with their body, in tune with their emotions, in tune with their mind as well. I think you see this person as someone who's very spiritual and deep and very much on their path in a very dedicated and disciplined way. The Chariot represents that like directional energy, you know, like someone who is aware of what they're moving towards. It may not necessarily be that they know the exact outcome of where they want to go. I'm talking generally now in terms of the Chariot energy, but it's an energy of determination, single-pointedness, having collected all of your energies together in a sort of very focused way and moving towards a specific direction or goal. And so that's how you see this person. And I think you see them as that's very attractive to you. I think there's a pride. This person has a sort of pride to them. There's a sort of pridefulness to them. Not necessarily in an egotistical or arrogant way, but just like they're very solid in their sense of self and their purposefulness and their direction. And I think you find that very attractive. Now, how they see themselves and how they see you. They see themselves as the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is in reverse here though, but the Hierophant is the card of a teacher, it's the card of an orator, someone who speaks, could be a writer, it's a leader. There's some kind of leadership energy here in this person. Now they're coming through in the reverse position, so I could read that a couple of ways. Either this person may have a position of authority and power and is potentially not really super comfortable with it, but they might not necessarily let other people know that. I feel like they don't know that. They don't let other people know that. It's something that they keep to themselves. That's why you see them as the Chariot, but the way they see themselves is Hierophant reverse. So that's one interpretation I could give to this. Another way I'm seeing this is that they are in a leadership position and they are comfortable there, but with the Hierophant in reverse, it talks about unconventionality. Whereas in the upright position, the Hierophant is very conventional, it's very traditional, it's very old school, it's quite rigid and fixed in its way. But how I could see the Hierophant in reverse in the context of this reading is that this person is in a position of leadership, but their way of expressing it is very unconventional and untraditional. So they're not necessarily actually a teacher, let's say, in a class, or they could be. They might not be a person in a position of authority in the traditional sense, but because they are so empowered in themselves, as far as the way you see them, like they are very much on their journey in a very specific, focused way, but there's something unconventional about it. So the way that they teach might not necessarily be in the formal sense of teaching, but they could be teaching through example. That's one way I could see this. They might be teaching through example. Their life itself might be a model for others to appreciate and use that as an example as far as how they behave, how they carry themselves, how they move through life, how they handle different situations. So that's how I'm seeing the Hierophant in this reading. Unconventional authority, unconventional leadership. Powerful energy here. Now how they see you is Queen of Cups. So they're seeing you as a very sensitive and creative person. I think they're seeing someone who's very, again, it's like that sensitive energy I was talking about earlier. It's not necessarily someone who's emotionally weak in that every situation throws them off. This is more like you have a sort of emotional intelligence. You're very in tune with your intuition. You're very connected with your feminine energy. You express your creativity very boldly and very effortlessly and very gracefully. There's also a level of, I would say, a little bit of stoicism in the Queen of Cups. Not as much as the Queen of Swords, but there is this kind of graceful way that she holds herself that this person appreciates about you as well. All right, I feel like I've covered that now. This is a very interesting reading. This is the first time I've kind of seen this specifically come out in this way using this spread, but the way that you're viewing each other and seeing each other is very interchangeable. There's a lot of reflecting going on. There's a lot of mirroring here going on. Now let's get to this central part of the reading, because this part describes the energies that are affecting both of you. It's like the combined energy here. So forces that support, Four of Wands. Forces that challenge, Knight of Swords. So how I'm seeing this is that obviously, okay, look, there's this, again, this card is kind of exactly describing what I'm talking about here. There's this mirroring going on. There is definitely an energy of alignment. Like you're aligned with this person. There's an alignment here with this person. But Six of Cups in the reverse position as the crowning energy. Like this card describes the overall energy of the connection between the two of you. So how I'm feeling it is that, and maybe that's why also these two cards are in reverse here. I feel like this is a very aligned union of energies. It's a very clear reflection, and there could be some karmic energy involved in that as well. But how I'm seeing this is that this is not the right time. With the Six of Cups reversed and the Knight of Swords here as the challenge, this is a challenging energy, this is the overall energy. How I'm interpreting that in terms of all the energies that are on the table is that it's just not the right time for you with this person. The timing's off. The connection is very sweet. There is this Six of Cups energy is the soulmate card. It can be a past life connection, can be like a childhood friend, or you know, someone you've known from your early life. There's also inner child issues here in the Six of Cups as well. So any of that stuff could be relating to the connection that you have with this person. But again, as I said, the way I'm going to interpret this is that it's not the right time. I think maybe this energy came in quickly, like you and this person kind of met and have connected with each other pretty quickly and gone pretty deep pretty quickly as well. That's how I feel it. But with the two Knight cards here again, I would say this one, the Knight of Swords, is saying that this happened quickly, and it may be leaving just as quickly as well, I would say, potentially. With the Knight of Wands, I would say, how I'm going to interpret this now is that this is a really dynamic sexual connection for someone watching. This could also be other stuff too. It's not necessarily only about love and romance, as I've said in the introduction. But for some people watching, someone watching, maybe just one person watching, this energy is very sexual and it's very flirty and playful and fun. But I don't, as I said, with the Six of Cups reversed over the Four of Wands, I feel like there is a very profound union here. There's a very profound connection and a very clear alignment between people that are very similar to each other. But it could just be that it's not the right time for you to actually take this further. That's why with these two Knights here, I feel like it's a very short-lived energy. It comes and goes. It comes and goes pretty quickly. Because the Knights also represent teenager energy. It's very adolescent. That tells me that it's not necessarily something that will develop into a potentially long-term thing, right? So all of the same messages go here as well if we're talking about a business partnership or a friendship union as well, without the sexual connotation, without that message there about the sexual energy between you. If it is another kind of connection that's not romantic or love, I could see here that there could be the potential for something to blossom, which could be, again, something more creative or playful, fun and lighthearted. But because these two very serious earth energies are both in reverse as well, I would say again that this doesn't have an energy of long-term commitment in it. So let me just check again what was the bottom of the deck. Right, Page of Wands. Again, this is a very the Page of Wands, again, like the Knights. So the pages are the children, Knights are adolescents, and then the Queen and King are obviously adult and mature energies, right? So, and Wands as well is this fiery energy, which can also be a very sexual energy. So I feel like this is a fleeting, very intense, very beautiful sexual connection with somebody, where you kind of remember something about this person. There's something very familiar and very like there's something special here for sure. It's a special connection, but I don't necessarily feel like there's something long-term available here. It's more like you're passing through each other's lives again to remember that you've known each other before, and to kind of maybe remind each other of some things about yourself or about themselves that they might have forgotten about, that just need to be reinitiated or brought back to the surface again in your conscious awareness, so that you can activate those parts of your lives again. Okay, got a bit deep and esoteric there, but that's it for this reading. Virgo, I hope you found that helpful. It's been an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.